So I've been working on the Grand Theft Auto 6 trailer analysis because I want to break down the trailer. I mean, everyone else has done it, but I just want to kind of approach it a little bit more differently, So I decided, to look at what other people have done, and I saw that there's a lot of interesting clips that people have kind of like found out and pointed out that a lot of references in the real world from Florida itself. So I decided, and they were all over Twitter, so I decided to check out Twitter, and man, I just found a whole lot of nonsense instead. And Twitter is kind of like the place in which where 99.9% when you go onto Twitter, your week will be ruined. And the 0.1% is that just maybe you'll find something worthwhile on Twitter. So it's always kind of like, you should always be ready to see some stupid drama on Twitter, and lo and behold, people are complaining and whining about Grand Theft Auto 6. A lot of people just going, a lot of people crying about, oh no, GTA 6 has turned woke because we're playing as a female protagonist. They're trying to make it inclusive and make it for everyone, which is honestly so obscene because this isn't the first Grand Theft Auto with a female protagonist. Fun fact, the very first Grand Theft Auto had 4 playable female protagonists. And of course it wasn't as in-depth because the story was more simplistic in the first Grand Theft Auto game. I never got to finish it because I'll be honest, the first Grand Theft Auto was way before my time. So I'm more privy to the more modern ones, right? But honestly, it's pretty stupid seeing people complain about playing as a female. We don't even know a lot of like the tidbits of the actual story. Everything is just right now on the internet, just a lot of speculation and a lot of like fan theory. And a lot of people are complaining and a lot of people are not happy. So we're gonna take a look at a couple of examples, right? And there's one of the examples that just blew my mind was this one by Jackson Hinkle on Twitter, where he says, why are Zionists at Rockstar Games releasing the sexualized video games for children in America? Get #ban GTA 6 trending right now. And honestly, I never knew that Grand Theft Auto was a game for children, because in the title itself, and it's always been rated mature. I don't understand where people are getting that children, that this is a game for children. It's never been a game for children. I remember on my friend's 13th birthday when we went out to get Grand Theft Auto 5 because he wanted Grand Theft Auto 5 for his birthday. Literally the store owner or the cashier said that, hey, look, this game is not for kids. This game is got a whole lot of violence, drugs, prostitutes, sex all over it, right? So it's not recommended for kids to play. You need a consenting adult to get your hands on Grand Theft Auto. It's always been the case. Of course you get people who couldn't give a damn on who they selling the game to, but that's the norm out here. But I don't know since when was Grand Theft Auto a video game for kids. That is such a stupid argument to make. And then there was this weird Twitter thread by Drama Alert, who is run by Keemstar, who's, I don't know, who's a very big commentator on the internet. I don't know if this was one of his people or whatever, and it goes to say, they said that Grand Theft Auto, the female protagonist of Grand Theft Auto 6 is rumored to be transgender, and then he goes and says Franklin's sugar mama, and then everyone literally went to ask, where did you get the source? And literally the source is Reddit with a community thread of 6 comments, which was over a year ago. That is absolutely stupid. And even Andrew Tate weighed in on it, trying to give his opinion and trying to be, I don't know, I find it weird where, you know, people like Andrew Tate try and play moral authority when they themselves are very immoral and like to brag about, you know, their immoral lifestyle. You know, it was Tate not so long ago, I think it was just a little over a year ago, where he went online, you know, and you can see clips of him saying how he would extort money from lonely men because lonely men were stupid, you know, with his whole cam girl service thing. And it is just wild. When I find the clip, I'll insert the clip in on the video.
New GTA 6 is out. Have you ever played any GTA? This is a genuine question. I've never played any of them.
I believe that I played the first one. That's like a top-down, bird's-eye view kind of 2D game without any real graphic violence back when I was maybe 10 or 11 or 12, whenever it came out. I do recall that. But you know what? I want to speak about GTA 6 while you're on the topic, because now we're actually talking about something that's relatively important. Video games aren't necessarily evil. But you know, I remember when video games, because I'm very old, I'm an old man. I remember you used to play a little man in a red hat trying to rescue a princess and teaming up with your brother. Now, if rescuing purity from evil while teaming up for your brother isn't a good theme of a video game, then I don't really know what is. I'm not a fan of anyone under the age of 18, 21 maybe, playing video games where the goal is to shoot police officers. I just don't think that's good for society. With all the amazing graphics and engines and whatever people put into these video games, I feel like you could create a better objective with the game, you know? Maybe you are the police officer. Maybe you are trying to stop
Sorry, carry on.
criminals.
Sorry?
Okay.
No, sorry, carry on. I just had a cough.
I'm not talking to you.
Oh, I've been here, I've been there. I'm like, shut the fuck up. You're talking to some dude. He doesn't want to hear where you've been. He knows you can't be a 10 talking about how you've been to Dubai to some fucking dude in Minnesota who's fat. He ain't gonna ever believe that he's gonna get you that way. You gotta lie to him. You gotta lie to him. She's like, lie and say what? Say that you've never been anywhere because you don't trust men. You can't find a man who's serious. Make him think that if he's serious about you, that nothing else matters. Wow, you gotta put a famoose on it. So I'm trying to teach these women, and the women kept fucking it up. So I said to them, it's like, you know what, fuck it. I'm taking over. So what I did is I unplugged their keyboards and plugged a new one in from me behind the screen. So the chicks would sit there and hit a keyboard that wasn't plugged in. And me and my brother, and eventually some staff I trained, would do all the talking. The girls were just famoosers, just laughing and doing this. Their titties out, and they were talking to fucking ice cold hustlers. We were taking their money, all of it. If they'd come and say, well, what kind of, all of it. We were fucking milking them dry. Women haven't got a clue how to famoose a dude. They don't have, because they rely on their looks. They don't have any of the intellect. They have no game, nothing. There's nothing. Nah, you get a man with game and give him a female's body, a female avatar. He will fuck a guy up. I had these guys selling their houses, life savings, loans, all of it to me. Give me it all. So like, and it's basic shit, right? You know.
Now, I don't care about what Andrew Tate has done, you know, because personally, if you've engaged, you know, in his webcam business, or if, you know, you've paid for OnlyFans, you know, me personally, I wouldn't do that. If I want to see titties and boobs or naked women, there's the hub and it's free, you know, so I wouldn't waste money on that. But that's me. You know, I just want to point out the hypocrisy of, you know, Andrew Tate, you know, with the immoral things that he's done, and, you know, him and his brother, I mean, the immoral things that they've done, and they're trying to take this weird moral stance for a video game, you know, for pixels on the screen. You know, I mean, if we had to do that for every media out there, you know, then we wouldn't have any form of entertainment. You know, let's be honest, such as, you know, horror movies, or such as these very edgy romance movies, you know, but that's neither here nor there. I don't know, it is just wild and obscenely stupid seeing people who love to, you know, engage in immoral things try and, you know, justify, you know, the morality of a freaking video game. Pixels on the screen, you know, we are whining about pixels on the screen. This is such a first world issue. sorry to say this, but you know, I mean, where I'm from, everyone is pretty hyped up about Grand Theft Auto 6. You know, all my friends who play on PlayStation 4 all like, you know, yo, I'm gonna save up some money, you know, and make sure that by 2025 I'm not watching the Rad Brad, I'm playing that game myself, you know. So there's a lot of hype for Grand Theft Auto 6, and it's pretty wild to see that people will do anything on the internet. So I do feel like that it's a little bit of rage bait. I do feel like that people are just complaining for the sake of complaining, you know. And I think it's always been the case when it comes to video games, you know. I think it's pretty cool that we're playing as a female protagonist, you know, especially now in the modern era. I would always kind of wonder what it would be like for a modern day Grand Theft Auto game where you play as a female. And to be honest, Lucia in GTA 6 looks pretty decent, you know, and there's also a male protagonist, you know, so it's not really the end of the world. Just how people making it out to be. I mean, I saw Aiden Ross and even IShowSpeed, you know, looking worried just because we're playing as a female. I don't know. It's such a nothing burger. It's pretty stupid seeing people complain about, you know, a video game character, you know, and calling it woke. And it's funny that these people who are very political and who are always, you know, against censorship want to censor a video game character, you know, just because it's a female video game character. You know, there's a lot of hypocrisy. So yeah, that's about it. I just wanted to talk about that.